I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the stand and tell. How the fuck you turn your back on a nigga that love you? Treat your kids like my kings, treat you like a brother. I told my dog, let's leave the streets to serve the most high. He said, fuck that shit, he tryna sell another pie. His daddy killed him, put him in the trunk, set him on fire. His wife was pregnant, he ain't never get to see his child. Had me thinking to myself, what happened if I die? Look my babies in the eyes, I gotta stay alive. I put my ego on the shelf and my pride to the side. I'm with some niggas who gon' step and got God on their side. Got in the ISUPK, they keep asking me why. As I do the work of the Lord, I gotta stay alive. Face the east, pray alive. I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive.
You ever pump a pack with a snake by your side? Yes, I did. Seen a man reach out to God before he died? Yes, I did. I know the Lord forgive us for these sins, but I'm starting to think the kingdom of heaven is for these kids. I told my daughter, there's one man in your bed, I won't stand for less. For my son, I hit your head on that fragile legs. I lost some niggas to that dope, I lost niggas to the feds. Remember Jono tried to stick me for that cheese on that bread, yeah, I was thuggin' with Lucky and that nigga left me for dead. Endure to the end, cause I listened to what was said. Mother told me she loved me when she was sick up in the bed. I was running them streets, but the truth made me a man. Shit, I don't really speak cause she'll never understand. That's why I ain't even tell her about these voices in my head. I'm still trying to manage my anger like Uncle Craig.
I seen heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. You boy, you know what time it is, nigga.
Better watch how you step in, yeah. But that was my nigga,
yeah. I'm in it, yo. Got my nigga Ramon with me.
but that was my niggas, it'll be an honor.
You know what I'm saying?
Under commanding general, your honor. Straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home, that's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown, I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it, ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit, yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm reppin'. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start steppin'. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood all my sisters and brothers because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, the shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complexion. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you steppin', cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room, it's pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he ain't this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One west, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Kick the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. Me at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snakes, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse an imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Send that hate, make it to the featherweights. Niggas claim they hard, but they sweeter than a debit cake. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a stepper and a ruler. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick break. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gun shy. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Niggas swear he the goat, bring him to the bush. To the butcher. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. We at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one west, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Ski mask transform to war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim he riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Kick the Glocky with me, it was like a ball with him. We at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one west, go to war with everybody. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying. This shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop just stretch the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is it fact if revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jackie. So time war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I came to do damage, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. 6 shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
All right, let's clap it up. All right. I want to say shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah to the brother, shalom Yahweh Shamar, Allah Ta'ala Shem Yahshua to the sister, all right? So, like, give me 1 second here.
Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room, is pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he ain't this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wok, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with him.
All right, Salaki for that. All right, Salaki, once again, Salaki. Come in now. Yep. All right, so you go ahead and lock the door. All right, first things first, shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah to the brother, shalom Yahweh Shamar, Allah Ta'ala Shem Yahshua to the sisters, all right? I appreciate it. All right, so everything else is wild. All right, so yeah, shalom, Mr. Ron Priest and Officer 5000, Maccabia out of ISUPK, Minnesota. All right, under command of General Yohana, of course. Again, if you know, as you know, every single Tuesday we have what is called the Brotherhood class. If anyone has any questions or concerns, you can type it into the chat. Understand that we are not Christians, all right? We are the Israelites, known as, you know, so-called Black, Hispanic, or North American Indians. That's who are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, not the Jewish, not the white man that you see getting bombed and terrorized over there in the place of Israel. That used to be the home to the Israelites, but it's now, you know, not our resting place. So, as you know, brotherhood and sisterhood is a weapon, of course, only if you use it. And for the last couple of days, since even last week, a lot has transpired and happened, which is very important. Why we speak about brotherhood, why we speak about forgiveness. And this is pretty much a part 2 of last week, just to further drive the point on what it means to forgive, why it is important for you and for that person. All right. Also, to first things first, I do want to say, you know, my condolences to the family that lost their, you know, to the family of those that lost, the children that lost their lives, including the brother who, you know, did the unaliving as well. And what everybody should understand with that situation is, of course, it's very unfortunate that the father took his own life and his children. But we have to think about what led up to that. We know this brother was in Esau's military, which is a red flag altogether. And he was, you know, also being oppressed with, you know, the situation of I believe, divorcement from his woman and the situation with his kids as well. So in that sense, I mean, the brother was going through hell all the way around. Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. Good night. Facebook then already took me off. Boy, oh boy. Hold on 1 second. I didn't say nothing crazy, did I? No? Damn. Facebook be on it. Let me see something. Hold on. Hey, y'all bear with me 1 second, all right? Good night. Let me try that again. Let's see what happens. Hold on, let me see something. Salaki. Let me see. Salaki, y'all bear with me real quick. In the meantime, like, share, you know, comment, subscribe as well. Let me see something, man, because what in the world happened? Or should I guess it's a while right now, it looks like. All right, no sweat. All right, no sign for it. So, anyway, once again, my condolences to, you know, that family who had to suffer, you know, that tragedy. You know what I mean? And shout out to ISUPK Louisiana as well, because they are doing an amazing job out there. You know what I mean? With raising up, you know, those brothers and sisters, you know, in that city, in that place. And their presence was known that day of that tragedy. Them showing up for the community. And understand that the Most High God is with, you know, ISUPK Louisiana in that city. And it will be very wise of you to hearken and listen to those brothers that are down there, because they are going to be the reason why you eat, be the reason why that you live and survive during this tough times that we are going through. And it's only going to get tougher. It's only going to get worse as time goes on, because you got to understand who runs this planet is going to be the oppressor. And the oppressor is always to blame for tragedies such as that happened recently. Okay? All right, just to get off of that real quick, if anybody has any questions or concerns, please type it into the chat. But let's, you know, recap a little bit, all right? Last week we talked about just kind of what do you do in a situation where someone offends you, all right? What do you do in a situation when somebody offends you? Go ahead.
You forgive them 70 times 7.
That's one aspect, yes. When somebody offends you, you should definitely forgive them. Go ahead.
And you go to him and him alone.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
That's the first thing, absolutely. You know what I mean? I'll say the first thing that you said, comes right after. But of course, when somebody offends you, you let them know what the offense was about. You don't sit back and contemplate in your head about whether you should or should not, go to this person, if you should just let it slide. You know what I mean? Maybe I was tripping, or maybe you wasn't. But how do you know? You have to go to him and him alone. And then also too, there was some wicked ass sister, man. I remember this like yesterday. There was some wicked ass sister online, and I know this sister too. And the question was just very not genuine at all. And understand that anytime it says, anytime there is a commandment or there's a rule given to like man, right? Understand that's for all mankind. Mankind is man and woman, male or female. So just because it says, there are certain rules in the Bible that are very specific to males or females, but let's not play games. And, there are certain rules that apply to everyone too. Like, for example, there's laws about a woman being on her monthly. Does that apply to men? Not at all. You know what I mean? Unless you want to be a female, right? But I'm just joking. But there are rules that apply to farmers. If you are someone who is a farmer, who has animals, blah, 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 right? Someone who runs a business, there are laws and rules in the Bible for that. But there are rules and laws that are in general for everyone. Even children have to follow. So once again, if somebody offends you, you go to him and him alone. Sisters, if you want me to say it specifically, you have to go to her and her alone. If a brother or a sister offend each other, vice versa, you go to each other alone. However, all right? Also, too, even somebody in the world, man, it's not just somebody in the truth. There's a way to do a certain thing. Just like how we do in the school, you can do it universal to anybody. Meaning this, somebody offends you at your job. Hey, do you mind if I talk to you for a second? Hey, I understand that, it was a little chaotic today. We had, a rush or we had, a lot of business going on. It was very busy today, but, it was just, it's just something that you asked me, just the way you talked and said it to me. It was just, it kind of got me feeling uneasy. I was just very offended because I wouldn't talk to you like that. So it's no different in the truth. Outside of the truth, when you're dealing with people in the world, you want to keep that same protocol, that same, standard about yourself. All right. Because again, this is the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. All right. These rules and protocols don't just apply in this house. It applies in general, everywhere that you go. All right. And also, too, what that shows is what type of man and woman that you are, that you have some type of class about yourself. You have integrity. You have honor. You know what I mean? You have some moral code about yourself. You're not just anybody. Don't let anybody try to dishonor you in any type of way. Always get justice when someone wrongs you. And that's the purpose. All right, so let me see. I kind of do. Actually, you know what? I want to get into a story. I want to read real quick. All right. Last week we talked about Genesis, the 13th chapter. This is the chapter before we get into Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And this is the story about. This is the precursor, meaning this is a story before we see the events of what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And this is going to talk about the story between the relationship of Abraham and Lot. And that's what I'm going to read into. This is going to be like the 13th chapter, I believe like 18 verses. And we are going to break this down, and then we're going to get into some other precepts, all right? All right. So you got to go ahead. Let's dive into it. Let's not waste no time.
So like you said, Genesis 13:1?
Yeah, 13 and 1, yep.
All right.
That's right, yep.
This is Genesis 13 and chapter 13, verse 1.
You got it.
And Abraham went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. Verse 2. And Abraham was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. Verse 3. And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel.
Well, okay, hold on. Let's slow it down a little bit. So, my apologies, 'cause I was trying to do something. All right, so read verse 1 again, please. Select.
Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. And Abraham. Wait, it's Abraham, right?
Yeah. So it says Abram because it's a transliteration thing. Yeah, but Abram is Abraham. Yeah, you got it.
Went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all he had, and Lot with him into the south.
Right. So Abraham, his wife, and all that he had, meaning all his belongings, all his values, all his animals, and all his herdmen as well. What you're going to find out, a herdsman is someone who's responsible of watching after the cattle, the sheep, and things of that sort. All right. And Lot, which is his nephew, they all went to the south of Egypt. Keep going. So outside of Egypt, they went towards the south of Egypt. All right.
Verse 2. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
Right. He was a wealthy man because of his cattle. His cattle is going to be his animals. All right. And in silver and in gold. This man had money. All right. He was making a living. A killing is what they call it today. Keep going.
Verse 3. And he went on his journeys from the south, even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hay or High.
I'll say high.
High.
Yeah.
Verse 4. Unto the place of the altar, which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of the Lord.
Right. So in another book, I think in another chapter of Genesis, it's pretty much mentioning how Abraham had marked a place that this place will pretty much be a place where the Most High, it's like a territory of the Most High, so to speak, right? It's a territory of the Most High to let everybody know, like, this place right here is protected by the Lord. You know what I mean? This is not a physical house of the Lord, but this place that is talking about between Bethel and High is a place where, Abraham established that this is where the Most High dwells. All right, his spirit, so to speak, because the Most High doesn't live where man lives. He lives in the sky. I'm just like above the sky in the heavens. All right, keep going.
Verse 5. Also, and Lot also, which went with Abraham, had flocks and herds and tents.
Right. So he had all these belongings. He had flocks. He had animals. He had herds. He had tents. He had to really journey everywhere with all his belongings. Anything that was Abraham's, he had to travel with everything. You know what I mean? So imagine you in today's time, right? In 2026, you got your dogs, you got your cats, you got your birds, right? You got all your kids, you got your wife or wives, or just whoever is with you, right? You got your family, you got your animals, and you got all your belongings that are in your house, and you got to take it and bring it to another place. So it's traveling. It's no different than taking a car, taking a U-Haul, whatever the case may be to travel. But back then, they was traveling with the animals, meaning like, they would have to travel on foot or by like a horse or, camel, like one of their animals. And then they had chariots, which is, an animal who's pulling this, I believe it's called a carriage. All right, keep going.
Verse 6. And the land was not able to bear them,
right,
that they might dwell together, for their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together.
Right. So imagine two different families, right? You have Abraham and Lot. They have their wife, their herdsmen, their animals, and Lot has the same thing too. And they all try to move into a one-bedroom apartment. It's impossible because all of their values and all of their, their belongings, it cannot fit in this one place. There's not enough space. So what happens? Keep going. I mean, let's see.
Verse 7. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle.
Right. So Abraham's people and Lot's people, including the animals, it's causing a confrontation. Meaning because there's no damn space, it's people are ignored. It's like you being in the elevator jam with a bunch of people. Like there's gonna be someone who's gonna freak out. There's gonna be some words against the other person. There's gonna be a issue because there's no space. You're closed in. So it's like, all right, we got to figure this out because I got to keep saying excuse me every 5 seconds when I walk from the bathroom to the kitchen. When I come from the bedroom to the front door, it's like there's no space. We keep bumping into each other. We have to figure this out because this place cannot hold all of us and all that we have. Keep going.
And the
Which one?
The Canaanite.
Oh yeah, Canaanites. So the Canaanites are Africans. All right, and then the it sounds exactly how it's spelled, parasite. Yeah, parasites or parasites or however you want to say it, parasites. I forget what the parasites is. I think they are another form of Africans. All right, but I'll double check that. Also, too, right? This is what I was talking about. This is last week, the Zondervan's Pictorial Bible Dictionary. You should definitely get you one on Amazon. So, like for example, right? Just a sidebar, real quick, okay? Let me see something. We're going. Give me a second. Let me go to something so I can show you exactly what it's talking about. So we're going because I got a lot of stuff in here highlighted. All right, boom, right? So for example, this is page 201, right? And it says David. So it has someone's name or has a name of something that's going to describe it like a dictionary. However, there are pictures as well, and it describes the pictures of that event or based on whatever word is break it down. But this is going to give you a lot of details of whatever it's speaking about. It's going to give you precepts, which is a good study tool. But everything in here is not, completely accurate. But however, like for example, this is supposed to be a modern picture of King David, which is bullshit. All right, because we know damn well David wasn't wearing that.
Right.
But it's showing a slingshot when he unalived Goliath. Mm-hmm. All right, so this is a very good study tool, and also too, it just kind of helps you to kind of like study more. You know what I mean? You wanna search up a word. You see a word in the Bible, or you're reading a story, and you kind of want to see what is this word talking about? Like what's the definition of it? Blah blah blah. Right? You find it in the Bible. I'm sorry. You find it in this book, and then it's going to give you precepts. It's going to give you a breakdown of what that word is or what that thing is.
All right.
You know what I mean? So it's dope. Now, especially when you want to cut people when they say that we are Africans, this is a good book. You know what I mean? There's a definition that tells you who Judah is and who the Negroes are and so on and so forth. I just want to, sidebar. But anyway, you go ahead. You got it.
All right. Let me see.
It was 7 again.
All right. And the Canaanite and the Perizzites dwelled then in the land. Verse 8.
Now, also too, this is a time where Abraham and Lot were not considered to be nations of people. All right, so they are just people, and the Most High dealt with people who were considered to be righteous. So that's how he chose who was who, because technically Abraham was a Chaldean. A Chaldean is a Hebrew today. But however, the Most High considered just him as a Hebrew. He would just he only dealt with people that were faithful and that were righteous according to what we know as the law, statutes, and commandments, right? But later on, he had a son named Isaac. And then Isaac had a son named Jacob. And then once Jacob came about, then that's when we became all separated. And then we were established as nations of people. Okay? So, yeah. And also, too, remember, Abraham had 8 sons. But the 2 sons that we always hear about is Ishmael and Isaac. Ishmael today would be the Arabs. And Isaac would be considered Judah. All right? So, just go ahead. You got it.
Verse 8. And Abraham said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren.
Actually, I want you to read that one more time because that's heavy.
Mm-hmm. Verse 8. And Abraham said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren.
Right. Now, Abraham said something that everybody should acknowledge amongst each other. At the end of the day, we should have a clear head of, okay, we have this issue with each other. Yes, we are beefing with one another, but let's get back to the point where we are brothers. Because you know what, like I'm not going to lose my bond and my relationship with you over this petty thing that we are beefing with each other about. It doesn't make sense. And if we are beefing, I want to get it squashed. So what do? We come up with a solution, and that's counsel. Because I don't want to be your enemy. I want to be your brother. And that's that. Because also too, what's very important is if any of us are fighting each other, arguing, holding grudges for however long, or just in general, we are not focused on the true enemy, which is the oppressor. Because while we fight each other, while we're unaliving each other, he is still in action mode to still unalive us. Like understand the way that the oppressor works. He thinks about keeping you a slave. That's his job. But while we're distracted, we're still being unalived. We're still being distracted more and more by his devices. Have you ever heard of drug addiction? Have you ever heard of alcoholism? Have you ever heard of whores? You know what I mean? The LGBT community. All the things that are being pushed today that looks normal, that's a distraction.
Right.
And us fighting each other is a problem because it's distracting us. And the more that we fight each other, the more that we're going to side with the enemy. Mm-hmm. Like I hear people all the time. Like I saw a video on Twitter this morning. I was so disgusted. Like I woke up this morning. I just happened to check my notifications, and I was on Twitter, and there's this Latina sister in Houston. I want to say Houston, and she said on some type of live, and she posted it or somebody posted it, and she said how she hates N-words, how she hates so-called Judites who are so-called African Americans or Black people who are Judites. And it's like, you would think a Latina being in Houston should know, what Black and Latinos been through together. But since she doesn't know, that's why she has the hatred she does for them. She took on the mindset of the oppressor. And the way that she calls them like gorillas and chimps, it was just absolutely like she sounded like a white woman. It was just the whole embodiment and spirit of it. I can't even recognize her as one of our tribes. That's how foul her mouth was, and just her language, her body language. You know what I mean? And that's because she don't know that we are family, and that's because of her experience with Black people had probably not been the best. But understand that could be any of us, man. You can have a bad experience with anybody. But at the end of the day, Black and Latinos, we are family. And we have to stick together. We have to figure out what those issues are so we cannot be enemies. And we cannot look like her, looking like a woman who hates herself in actuality.
That's right.
Because Black, Latinos, and North American Indians are the same people.
That's right.
We represent each other. At least that's what it should be. But she hates herself. When she says the things, the ignorance that she said against Black men and Black women, she's also dishonoring herself as well. She just don't know it. And she looks just like, Becky and Jonathan. All right? And all they're going to do is look at her as those chimps that she said that she hated so much. and she's going to be treated like one at the end of the day. All right, go ahead. Actually, read that one more time, please.
Verse 8. And Abraham said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren.
Right. So now, what does the word strife mean? I believe we grabbed it last week, right? Or was it a different word?
I think it's a different word.
All right, no sweat. Well, shit. Let's go ahead and get it. All right. Or I got it right here, just for time's sake. Strife in the Webster's Merriam Dictionary, a bitter, sometimes violent conflict or decision, an act of contention, fight or struggle, exertion or contention for superiority. So yeah, so strife is, once again, conflict, most likely violence. Strife is when you want to harm somebody. It's that conflict or contention that causes you to want to do something unlawful to one another. And that's what was going on between Abraham and Lot's herdsmen. All right. Once again, everybody is clumped up in a 1-bedroom apartment, and you got a family who should really be probably in a 4-bedroom. So of course there's going to be arguing. There's going to be disagreements. There's going to be some punches and feet in the air. You know what I mean? But it should not be that. So instead, Abraham, being the wise man that he was and the friend of the Most High, he said, I pray thee, let not be any strife among us, right? I pray thee in between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren. Like he went back to the source, which is understanding that we are family, and we have to stay family. Okay, keep going.
Right. Verse 9. Is not the whole land before thee?
Right.
Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left.
Right. So Abraham came up with a solution. He said, look, man, all right, I pray thee. So what was that, 9?
Yes. Yeah.
He's saying, do we not have the whole land? I mean, we can both occupy this place, but this is how we are going to do it. Let's separate. So where I take this side, you take that side. If you want that side, I'll just take the other side. No sweat. But however, what we're not going to do is have a conflict. We're not going to have strife. We're not going to destroy this relationship that we have. All right. Once again, the most powerful thing right now is this brotherhood, is this sisterhood. That's why the Israelite School UPK is thriving the way it is, because we have true love for one another. We have something that everybody else does not have, specifically the church. The church has no brotherhood, no sisterhood. And the proof is this. How often do we go on the internet and we see niggas in the church fighting each other?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday, there you go. Throwing blows for what? For Jesus?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And then also too, you are stealing from one another. You tell your congregation, Pastor Porkchop, he tells his congregation, hey, don't keep all the, you don't have to worry about keeping the laws. But however, them tithes, yes, we have to keep the laws of the tithes. But the other laws are all done away with. What sense does that make at all? The Bible says if you offend one law, you have offended them all. Meaning that if you commit one sin or any sin, you have committed all of them. All right? You have offended all of the laws. So how can you keep one law and not keep the others? It doesn't make sense. Even that is stupidity and sin. You can't. You have to keep all the laws. You can't just keep some. You can't pick and choose. You can't, you know what, I like this one better. This one makes more sense, so I'm just going to, apply it to myself. No. You have to keep the laws that apply to all of us. All right? Once again, there are laws that apply to specific situations and scenarios. If you are a man, you do not have to worry about the laws of, being separated on your menstrual cycle and stuff like that, because you're not a woman, right? If you're someone who does not have a business, you don't have to follow the business laws because you're not in business. If you are someone who works the land, you don't have to follow the laws of being a farmer to work that land, of having certain animals and so on and so forth. But however, the foundation of the laws, right? Thou shalt not unalive. You should not bear false witness. Like it's just the simple things that you do in your everyday life. It's no different than the laws that we hear about today in America or outside of America, right? Where you're not supposed to don't take a right turn when the sign says don't take a right turn on red. Don't do it because you're breaking the law. You're violating the law. Just understand the necessity and the basics of the foundation of the laws that you do have to follow. Okay, and the laws are not grievous. That's what Paul said. I mean, you think it's hard because what? You've learned a certain way of life all your life. You can break old habits. Absolutely. Because these brothers and sisters, they done it. We're doing it right now. I mean, some of us, man, used to think that us stopping weed was going to be the end of our life. We thought that leaving church was going to be the end of the world. But we changed our lives, and we are living proof that it is possible. It is possible not to be a LGBT person. It is very possible not to gossip. It is very possible not to want to unalive and harm another brother. Like also too, shout out to ISUPK Louisiana, man. Priest and Officer 5000, if I may. Nakawan, man, my mother effing brother. This brother said on Commander General Johannes Black Watch yesterday, he said that he used to have the mindset of wanting to hurt and harm, brothers, and he didn't give a damn about them at one point. But he said when he found out about this truth, and I'm paraphrasing everything that he's saying, right? When he came into the truth, or like when he found out about the truth, it was something in his mind that clicked. That said, damn, you know what? I can't have that spirit. I can't be like that anymore. I can't be a person that want to pop off and want to harm and hurt and say something evil or do something evil to another man that looks just like me. And that's the spirit down there in Louisiana. That's the spirit all over. And that's something that has to be stopped. And that's what we are seeing amongst Abraham and Lot. Keep going.
Verse 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zor.
Right. So, and Lot lifted up his eyes, and then that he looked and beheld, he saw a place, this plain of Jordan, all right? A place where he can dwell that was right near Sodom and Gomorrah, all right? And eventually he ended up going to Sodom and Gomorrah to live, right? Keep going.
Verse 11. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other.
Right. So Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other. So although they separated themselves, the purpose and the spirit was to keep their brotherhood. All right. To keep everything in decency and in order. Because once again, if nobody left and they still dwelled in the same place, it was just going to be it was going to be a shit show. They was going to harm one another. They was going to lose that honor for one another. And again, we cannot have that. We cannot be in a place where we are offending each other. We cannot be in a place where we are harming one another. Because how else will we live? how will we thrive? How will we be able to set the example for the next generation? It has to start with us. The reason, like also too, the reason why there's new drug addicts today, after the war on drugs, which was before I was alive, before you was alive, and now, like I'm a generation before you, there should have not been any more drug addicts after the children that came after the war on drugs, the 80s. Like I was born in the 90s. There should not have been any more drug addicts. I mean, cocaine and crack was one hell of a drug, still is. But this fentanyl is now the new crack and cocaine. I mean, good night. Good night. It just doesn't, it makes sense, but it don't. Because we have to set the example for our families. Like drug addiction, from especially the war on drugs, should have taught us this. It should have taught us that if we continue, we are going to die. Our families is going to die. And if your cousin, if your mother and father, if your siblings losing their life, it's not a wake-up call. I have no idea. I don't know what to tell you, because it's just going to continue until someone steps up and says, you know what, I have to stop selling drugs, because I'm going to either lose my family, lose my life, or I'm going to end up being responsible and unaliving somebody else. Like, you know, also too, when people say that it's better to get the drugs from me or to smoke and do this with me, because when they do it with somebody else, you don't know what you're getting. You can't clean up sin, man. It's still garbage. You're still killing or unaliving. Right. You're still causing damage. All right? Like, man, and also I'm not totally against weed as far as marijuana, right? Because of this, right? Meaning this. Herbs are medicine. And that's what it should be used for only. There is no doctor. There is no one that's going to tell you to smoke herbs for medicine, because there's no medicinal purposes or values inside of an herb. When you smoke it, you are destroying it, because it's on what? Fire. All right? You are destroying the properties, the medicinal properties of that thing when you put it on fire. Another thing, even doctors know this, there should be no smoke inside of the body. What's the difference between smoke, inhalation? Am I saying that right? What is the difference between smoke being in your lungs or inside your body during a house fire versus, you know, you putting it, you know, in between your lips with the blunts, with a cigarette, with whatever? No difference. It's still causing damage. There should be no smoke in your goddamn body. For all you niggas out there with the whole pineal gland and all the herbs and, you know, oh, it comes from God's green earth. Y'all niggas are so smart that you're stupid. You're a smart dumbass is what you are. You're such a smart dumbass that, you know, you have it all figured out. And it's the drugs. That's all. It's the drugs that has killed your brain cells, which weed does, by the way. All right? Anything that you smoke slowly kills your brain cells. And you vapors, it's the same thing. You are a smart dumbass. And understand that you are not wise and that you are going to die if you continue smoking. And I pray you understand, but I pray that you stop before it's too late. All right? So, yeah, I was making a point and then I lost the point, but y'all get the goddamn point. It's a lie. You know what I mean? I just had to say that. I have a lot to talk about and say. But anyway, you want to add anything or not?
The people who are vaping are cooked, honestly.
Say it again.
The people who are vaping are cooked.
That's hilarious. Give them a hand. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Yeah, because I mean now the what's it called is getting laced with fentanyl.
Yeah, right.
That's
these drugs are not drugs anymore. I mean, like the drugs that you think that you're smoking and doing are not the same. It's not the same from 20 years ago. Not saying that it's better. It was better 20 years ago, or some years ago. I'm just saying, like, you're not smoking. I mean, okay, these drugs that you are doing is just, it's not it, man. But all the way around, you are still going to, you know, be affected. You're gonna be unalive by the drugs, and it's not gonna be good for you. You are going to go to prison. You are going to be the reason why someone has lost their life. You are going to be in the grave. I mean, all the way around, there's no right thing when it comes to the drugs at all. Well, also too, and yesterday was 420. I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
And you know what? 420 was actually a quiet one, which I was very surprised about. I'm so used to seeing, you know, people that I know, you know, whether it be family or people from school, people, you know, from the neighborhood who is posting 420. Like, it's just stupid. It's just very ignorant. And of course, I made a lot of posts to show that you are a disgusting piece of garbage if you smoke around your children and smoke with your children, and that you are just a disgusting person who has an addiction. You have a disease, but it is a disease that can be cured. You got to come to the ISUPK to get it. I pray you understand. All right, keep going.
Verse 12. Abraham dwelled in the land of Canaan.
Yeah.
Of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent toward Sodom.
Right. So, you know, yeah, keep going.
Verse 13. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly.
Meaning like, okay, when it says exceedingly, like these people were wicked, and when it said wicked and sinners, like, you know, as far as Sodom, these men, go ahead.
They were wicked out of control.
They was wicked out of control. That's right, man. That's right. I'm talking about it wasn't your standard, like, oh, I'm just a homosexual. You know what I mean? I'm a man who likes men. I'm a woman who likes women. It was, no, let's, like, okay, like, you probably don't know about this, right? I'm not sure, but you know the place downtown Minneapolis, it's a famous gay bar, the gay 90s, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I've been hearing about this since I was a kid. And it was certain male figures, and not male figures, I won't say that. I would say it was certain males that, you know, in my family that would talk about the gay 90s. And I'll be looking at them like, you as a straight man, you say you're straight, right? You straight? Oh, okay. No, so you got a wife and kids, right? Oh, okay. No, I'm just checking. You going into this place called the gay 90s, why? If the environment is for gays, right? And they're like, oh, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm in there for, you know, to pick up women because like the baddest, freakiest women be in there, you know, this and the third, you know, the woman that like to do, you know, threesomes and orgies and all that stuff. I'm just like, good night. That's what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. But you want to say something?
Sound like they were straddling the fence a little bit.
They was. Hey, no, they're right. Hey, you're right. You're right. Hey, he said they was straddling the fence. Yikes. Yeah. Good night. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sure they were. I'm sure there's a lot of guerrilla Hebrew activity. You know what I mean? Getting paid and all that.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Absolutely. Good night. That's a nightmare that I do not want to be a part of. You know what I mean? Like, again, like the gay 90s, man, like any manner of wickedness that you can think of. I mean, honestly, you really don't even want to put your mind there because of just how much unlawfulness and nastiness that Sodom and Gomorrah was going on. Like think about Jeffrey Epstein.
Times 10.
Think about the stories or any images or videos that people have seen of the files. That was Sodom and Gomorrah. Think about gay men having children, you know, not buying, damn, I said buying, well, damn near, getting children from a adoption agency and violating their innocence, taking their innocence, doing things with the child that adults should do with an adult only, lawfully, if you know where I'm going, right? That is Sodom and Gomorrah. Like man, is he in heaven or hell? I'm sorry, to the person who's asking, is he in heaven or hell? What do you mean? What exactly are you talking about? All right, elaborate for me. So that was Sodom and Gomorrah, exceedingly just wicked, disgusting. Men who cosplay as women when they were born a man, they were called to be a man. It like the Most High doesn't make any mistakes. Is he in heaven or hell with wickedness? Oh, Epstein? Well, I'm gonna tell you this, right? Heaven and hell is not an actual place that you go to. Heaven and hell is right here on earth. I mean, looking at Minneapolis, right? I was just in South Minneapolis for a business meeting, right? Earlier today, on my way here, and there's something called Tent City. Tent City means that there are North American Indians who are homeless, living on the streets, living on the sidewalks, living in the parks, just scattered all outside under the bridges. But specifically on my way here, on the south side of Minneapolis, there's Tent City brothers who are literally under a bridge, who that's their home. That's their livelihood. That's hell. It's not a place that you go to. It's a condition that you live in. It's a place that you know what I mean, that you can see right now. Heaven is being Donald Trump, where you have over 34 felonies and you don't get any jail or prison time for it. That's heaven for him. Okay? Let me see it. All right, so anytime someone dies, right? So the question is, this person's talking about Epstein's soul. Anytime anybody dies, no matter what race you are, blah, 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 right? Anytime anything dies that has a soul, it goes to the Most High. And it comes back into the earth. It's called regeneration or reincarnation. All right, reincarnation means that you come back into the earth time and time again, because there's nothing new under the sun. Because everything in life, it recycles. When a vegetable dies, right? You know how flowers and plants, when they die, and then there's a seed, and when you water that seed, it grows into that same thing. Yeah, it all comes back. And Paul spoke about that, which I can get into another class, right? Paul explained a parable of an onion and how the life of reincarnation works. When something dies and when it comes back. And that's people. Although your body may look different, but your soul is the only thing that never changes. That's why you hear people today, especially in the Black community, they say, that child been here before. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Or you got an old soul.
Or you got an old soul. You know what I mean? You are 15 years old, you are 10 years old, but the way you carry yourself is so mature. It's so adult-ish. It's so grown. It's like, you have an old soul. You know what I mean? You know what? You remind me of my grandpa who passed away 20 years ago. You remind me of my mother who passed away 2 years ago. And you got this baby, who just everything that they do is just so old school. It's so, mature for their young age, and they just got here. That's reincarnation. All right, that's talked about all throughout the Bible. So where's Epstein's disgusting soul? It's with the Most High to be judged for everything that he's done in this life as Epstein. And then whenever the Most High chooses, he brings that soul back, and then that soul lives whatever life that it lives, right? Because not to say, I can't tell you what my life was before Maccabea. I don't know, but however, one thing that I know is that I was in one of these seats. I was doing something pertaining to the work of the Lord, because even that is in the Bible. How it talks about how the men of the Lord that die in Christ, or the men of the Lord that did the work of the Lord, that they come back and they do the work of the Lord. All right. But then again, eventually, my story could have been different. I could have been born into the truth at one point in time in my past life, or it could have took me some time to find the truth. But eventually, I was able to serve the Most High and do what I'm doing now at some point in some type of capacity. Okay. So I hope that understands. I hope that you said you don't believe in reincarnation. Well, then you don't believe in Christ. Christ was on the earth more than one time. That's in the Bible. Christ was Adam at one time. Christ was Solomon at one time. Christ was King Melchizedek as a appearance. Christ was also Isaac. And then Christ was himself as Christ. That's all in the Bible. If you want that breakdown, come next week. Yes. Yes. So once again, Christ lived more than one life. All right. But these are different time frames, okay? Because understand, Isaac was Isaac before Christ was Christ. King Melchizedek was around the time of Abraham. But Abraham had Isaac, right? Because Isaac is the son, Abraham is the father. King Melchizedek and Abraham was dealing with each other concerning tithes. So, and Adam was at the beginning of the Garden of what? Eden. So, again, now, and even Christ knew that he was on the earth before he was Christ. I'm sorry. When Christ learned the scriptures, he knew who he was in the past because it was written in this book that we are reading today. It wasn't like he woke up and he was like, oh yeah, well, I'm this person, I'm that person. No, he wasn't a schizophrenic like most people think that, oh, I used to be Isaac. I'm King David. Oh, I'm this, I'm that. The reason why Christ knew what I'm telling you right now is because he read the very book that I'm reading right now. And it tells you that he knew who he was. Go ahead.
And this book isn't a religious book. It's a history book.
Right. Give him a hand. The brother hit it on the point. He said this book is not a religious book, but a history book. Right. It's a historical prophetic book. Mm-hmm. Now, these stories is history. Just like anything that you've read. Any books like this. Any books on the table, any book that you read that tells history, it tells a story. But let me see. I never heard this. No sweat. So what I need you to do is, let me ask you, right? What city are you in? Damn right. What city are you in? Are you in Minnesota? Are you outside of Minnesota? Like where are you? All right. Let's keep going because we got 10 minutes. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like I'm gonna have to cut everything a little short because I got something else to take care of. All right. But go ahead.
Verse 14. And the Lord said unto Abraham, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes and look from the place where thou art northward and southward and eastward and westward. Verse 15. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. Verse 16. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered.
Well, Slide, give me 1 second. Hold on. Now I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so if a man can number. Hold on.
You want me to read it one more time?
Oh yeah, read 15. I'm sorry, I was doing something. Slide. All right. Slide, you said New York. All right, no sweat. I'm try to find this number for you. All right, go ahead.
Verse 15. For all the land which thou seest, to thee, to thee will I give.
1 second, Salaki. What part of New York are you from? Like what city? Yonkers, Harlem, Manhattan. Like tell me what city you are closest to, because we have a school. And we have a school out there in New York, but we have multiple cities of schools in New York. All right, go ahead.
We'll start back over. Verse 15. No, sorry. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. Verse 16. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered.
Right. So in a nutshell, what it's saying is that the Most High is going to bless bless Israel. You know what I mean? With this land, not Israel, but I'm sorry, Abram and Lot with this land. Now, of course, when it talks about numbering the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered, right? You can't number dust because it's a bunch of rocks. You know what I mean? Like dust and dirt, it's just made up of, rocks and sand, right? It's impossible. But saying in a nutshell that, this land is going to be given to you forever. All right. But also too, I just realized something, right? There is I'm going to do a third class, right? Because the part that I really wanted to get into is there was a kidnapping that happened amongst Lot that really showed the brotherhood and sisterhood. The brotherhood amongst Abraham and Lot. And that's chapter 14. And did I say earlier that chapter 14 was Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yeah, I think so.
My apologies. Genesis 19 is the chapter with Sodom and Gomorrah, right? So next week, right, I really want to get into chapter 14 to kind of just pick up where we left off at, right? Because chapter 14, it really dives into the spirit of brotherhood. Although Abraham and Lot went through what they went through in chapter 13, their brotherhood was tested in chapter 14. Now, if you want to read ahead, you're more than welcome. That's fine, but we are going to break it down and discuss it. Now, however, if you do read it ahead of time, that'll be great, because that way you come to class and you have questions about certain verses in that chapter. And that's how we are going to do. Oh, most High Christ. Let me see. Wait, let me see. You said Harlem? No sweat. All right, I got some for you. So what I want you to do, right? You said I went to IUIC for 6 months. Good teachers. I do not agree. All right. However, that's fine. We can definitely disagree with each other. That's absolutely fine. The ISUPK is not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group. Once you really get to know who these other Israelite groups are, and you look at the ISUPK, you will see why we say that. I'll leave it at that, okay? We are not the same. The ISUPK is not the same as any other Israelite group. We are not associated with them. The ISUPK, we are together as one. We are one West, one body, meaning that we have an ISUPK Minnesota. We have an ISUPK New York, which is our headquarters in Harlem, right? We have ISUPK UK, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Detroit, Chicago, Iowa, so on and so forth. But however, we are not associated with any other organization. We are only associated with ISUPK, and that's it. Okay? But however, let me find this number for you real quick, and we are going to read one more precept and get out of here, all right? If you want the number to Harlem, just give me one moment. All right. One moment. Headquarters. Give me 1 second. So all right. So yeah, I'm gonna just type the number in for you real quick. Just give me. I'm gonna give you the number right now. I'm gonna text it to you. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, now I'm gonna give you this number. What I want you to do is I want you to call this number and ask about the next class day. And you go to the class for yourself and see what is not, right? Okay. You say you see them all the time? Well, I mean, do you want their phone number? Because I mean, you can find out when the next class is. That's only if you are going to go to the class. You say you see them all the time. Just let me know if you need my assistance or not, all right? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going. So again, next week I want to do a part 3 because there's something I really want to dive into. Because we have to shorten the time, I wasn't able to grab every scripture or precept that I really wanted to get into. All right. Let me see. Did you have any questions so far?
About Lot's herdsmen, because they went with him into Sodom and Gomorrah, correct?
Say that one more time.
Lot's herdsmen, they went with him into Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's right. Yes.
So was his herdsmen a part of the whole?
Because I think it did say. I'm gonna have to go back, but I want to say that it did mention that because remember, it was only Lot that survived
and his daughters.
And his daughters. So everybody else didn't make it. I have to double check because I think somewhere it talks about them and then it doesn't talk about them anymore. I have to double check on that part because I think it might mention it in chapter 14.
Okay.
Because after the whole kidnapping situation, don't quote me, but I forget what happens to them, but I know Lot survived all of that apparently because he's in chapter 19, and then the whole thing with Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed, he survives. So that's really a good question. I'll double check. I'll double check. Yeah, you're on the bar. All right, no sweat. You said you don't want the number, no sweat. All right. Well, anytime in your life, if you wanna give them a call, check them out. You know exactly where they are because you see them all the time. All right, I'll leave it at that. Let me get one more scripture. All right, let's get on this topic. I'm gonna touch on this next week again, but I just want to bring this out briefly. Let me see, man. Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. All right. Revelation chapter 3, verse 16.
Is that in this one?
No, Revelation's all the way in the back. It's gonna be the New Testament. It's gonna be the last book, actually. Yeah, John the Revelator. John the Revelator is the one who wrote Revelations. And Revelations means to reveal because it's a book of visions that John had when he was locked up in prison for the work of the Lord. Go ahead.
This is Revelations chapter 3, verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Right. So last week you had asked me this question about after class, as far as what does it mean to be lukewarm? And I like this question a lot because this is definitely on topic of what we do in general, as far as the ISUPK, as far as our rules, our protocols, right? And to be lukewarm just means that you're not, you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? When it comes to the work of the Lord, you have to be solid. You know what I mean? You can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You can't be lukewarm. You can't be you can't say that, oh, I'm an Israelite. I'm one of the tribes, and I follow the laws on only class days. But then on the rest of the other days, I still smoke my weed. I still pop whores and I still do all manner of wickedness. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm it's like a Christian who says that I go to church on Sundays, but on the other days they are doing a lot of evilness. There are women having intercourse with multiple different men when she's only supposed to have sex with one man, not multiple men. Right? She's only supposed to be laying down with one man for the rest of her life until the only way she's supposed to get another man is if her man dies or if that man puts her away, not because of a disagreement, an argument, a fight, but because Either he dies or that man puts her away. But she's holy on Sundays. Damn, she praise dance. She got the Holy Spirit is what they say, but it's really a demon on Sundays. But then on the other days, she is just a whore. She's someone that gets high. She's someone that gossips. That's someone that is lukewarm. You know what I mean? But now you can't say that you are in the truth and you don't do nothing that the truth says to do. You don't do anything that God says to do in the Bible. You don't love yourself. You don't love thy brother as you should love yourself. What you do, however, is you find every opportunity to go against your brother. You find every opportunity to try to bend the rules to your own understanding, to your liking. You try to remix the scriptures and what it says. No, we can't do that. You are lukewarm. You can't live a double life. You say that you are a Hebrew Israelite, but you're still, doing things on the side like selling drugs, having sex with women and tossing them to the side. That's lukewarm. All right? You have to be all the way in. And the one thing about the Most High that is so beautiful is that He is going to expose you. And He has no problem doing it. Like one thing is, you can deceive me and you. Like somebody can come in here and say, oh, I'm UPK. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, right? No sweat, I got you. They can deceive us. But they can't deceive the Most High because He has eyes everywhere. He has eyes that can see when nobody else sees. Like whatever they do behind closed doors, eventually it's going to be in display for everybody to see. And everybody's going to know that you are lukewarm, that you are not, you're not solid. You're just somebody that is just, in the wind. In the wind just simply means that you are just, you're kind of just all over the place. You don't know what you are truly doing. Like you want to be someone who's a soldier, but you still want to be that nigga in the world. You're someone who has no foundation. That's somebody that's lukewarm. All right. So if that answers your questions. All right, no sweat. So with that being said, catch us tomorrow with the class with Priest and Officer 5000, Kudas Ayam. Otherwise, I imagine. So you can stand. All right. All right. For time's sake, we are going to get into the security announcements. Let's see. All right. Security announcements. We are the ISUPK. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry, tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10, me sent in the Hebrew, Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher a priest fund, which is a free will offering for a priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Now, upcoming holy convocation. So, May 31st is the Feast of First Fruits, which we'll talk about as the date gets closer. And we just got done with the Feast of Unleavened Bread, all right, about like a week or two ago. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, they start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. All right. With that being said, once again, for time's sake, just one prayer and then we out of here. All right. So I imagine Wapani Hakadam means to face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shakah.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak Wafka.
Malak Wafka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazak.
Ratazak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratazak.
Baharatza.
Kuwa.
Tawak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashemayim.
Bashemayim.
Talanaw.
Latanina.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Fong.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalat.
Wasalat.
Nanawa.
Lanwat.
Kabawaf.
Kabawat.
Nawa.
Noah.
Kasalat.
Kasalat.
Nawa.
Noah.
Kabawaf.
Kabawat.
Yanawa.
Yanoah.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Taba'anawa.
Dana'a. Noah.
Yep. Banasayawan.
Banasayawan.
Abal.
Abal.
Hawashanawa.
Hayashawuna.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Raj.
Kaya.
Kayet.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Waha'ala.
Wa'ala.
Wataparath.
Wa'ala Parath.
La Awalamyan.
La Alawani.
Aman.
Aman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be
Thy
done
will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily
our
bread,
daily bread.
and forgive us of our
And
debts
forgive us of our debts
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the
and
kingdom
the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. So Sar, which means to turn. All right. All right, men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. So like I'll do it again. So imagine means feet together. Yeah. And you're standing at rest. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah. Yahweh means hands to your side. Sar for the sisters. Men of Israel. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Shabbat. Imagine Barak. Yahweh Shema Tha Hashem Yahushua. Yahweh class, this is. You got a little confused over there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.